Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown with the legend that is Mr. Michael Gordon on the final episode of this long but interesting, insightful aspect as to my brethren, Michael Gordon's
Respect, Lloyd.
life history, musical life history.
Yeah, man.
So we are right up to the present day at the moment, and you've put out some wonderful tunes.
Thank you.
You put out a tune where the tune was so good I beteeth the title. You've done a tune called All About You, and I done a song and it had All About You, and I was very conscious of that, 'cause I'm very conscious of basically duplicating titles, but it just said what it said and I just left it as it was. Do you know what I mean? So
Baby, what a song.
give thanks for that.
What a song.
Thank you. Thank you. So
You're more than joy, isn't it? You're more than 3 times a lady. I mean, okay, we know that's, you know,
yeah,
a Commodore thing, Lionel Richie, but to drop it like that,
yeah. Give thanks.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna like pinch a little vibe, I'll say you have to pinch
Yeah,
it.
pinch it properly.
You know what I'm saying?
Appropriated
Yeah.
originality. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But you've done so many singles, so many tracks for so many different producers, and what I respect about the Eye differently still, which is more or less what I've taken to my heart as well, is actually lending support to the new wave of producers that's out there right
Absolutely.
about now. Absolutely. Because you know they're carrying on what we've given them.
Yeah.
You know, so let me ask you a question. Is like, well, what is your take on what is happening in the fraternity right about now with what's coming out with reggae music from the UK?
From the UK, I'm glad you said UK because that's my standpoint. I think what's coming out of the UK is it's really organic and interesting in terms of the workload,
Right.
in terms of people taking responsibility, artists as well as producers, and saying that we can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can more or less say to a certain degree, we can sort of like match our Jamaican counterparts. Now let's get it real.
Yeah.
We are influenced by our Jamaican counterparts.
Yeah.
Them invent the thing. Them run the thing. And I think for many years we were playing catch up in terms of sound quality or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think to some degree we're still doing that. But only because we've got our own identity, we've got our own sound. And I think the playing field is leveled up quite a bit. And we want to maintain our own sound. And it's not about, well, I have to go to Jamaica to record to get a Jamaican sound. There was a point in time where that was the thing, and I think that ship has sailed now because man's got his chest up and a man said, we are doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the same time, this is our own identity.
Right.
You know, as well as we want to be influenced, and we have been influenced by that. And there was a point where that vibe was the thing. That that's where people wanted to go. We don't need to do that anymore.
No, because we
don't even want to do that anymore.
No, because it's our identity. I mean, I'll use hip hop as an example,
right?
Because I remember back in the day, as it were, you would have British hip hop acts basically rapping in an American accent.
Right.
You know, just to feel inclusive of the team.
Right.
Whereas now with the whole grime movement now, it's just, basically rapping in slang, in our colloquial ethnic slang is the thing, is the lick now.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I mean? So, so with what you're saying in terms of reggae music, we're just basically putting our own spin of reggae from our standpoint here in the UK.
And that's so important for us to embrace that identity and to run with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think reggae music, as I'm seeing it now from the UK, from a youth man standpoint, is probably not the most fashionable music. But what comes across to me is when I see some of the youth them involved in listening to reggae music, whether it's from the UK or abroad, that there is something about reggae music, that they resonate with, you know what I mean? That they gravitate to, that resonates with them, you know what I'm saying? Because when they're talking about, when you see like a 20-year-old, 25, talking about Sanchez and Beres Hammond, why? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
when I got certain people come on my page and talking about me, youth man, I'm talking about my tune. When I back up certain youth man and they're talking about Michael, investigators, I said, right, look at that.
Yeah.
Because it's so removed from the fast pace of hip hop or grime or whatever, and you can still have the presence of mind to include our sound in your catalogue. That speaks volumes, man. That says a lot, you know what I mean? So I know that this, you know, the stamp is there. And I think that, you know, the producers, because I like to bounce and I like to share, I like to bounce off people, right? And I think that comes from my own personality as a person, because I've always liked to share, but that also comes from where my grounding was from, investigators, where I was sharing. And I've always liked that. I never wanted to join another band because it was too much headache. Yeah. But in terms of like, so when this idea came about of like producers hooking up with artists, and you could split the thing, you could work out the finances and everybody cool. Yeah. That was great for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I haven't got an ego when it comes to music. In the sense that if I write a song and I bring it to a particular person, and in terms of the music side of it, because of the lyric is mine. Yeah. But in terms of the music side of it, and I'm hearing a vibe in my head, so I'm getting the fundamentals down. You can enhance on that, you can augment on that all you like, as long as it's clicking. Yeah. So if it supersedes what I've done, or I'm thinking, great, it's never gonna be, no, I might do that and I might too. You know what I mean? That's stupid. Yeah. If you're hearing the thing on a level where you know that if you're doing this thing for X amount of years, and you listen to Bob Marley, Ken Boothe, Al Green, whoever, Earth, Wind and Fire, Maze, all of these people, and you know something tight when you hear it, why are you going to stifle that? Because of your ego. Don't make no sense to me.
That makes no sense.
So, you know, I'm working with, you know, Colin McNeish, or back in there, I'm working with Peter Hannigan, or you know what I mean? We're talking about musicians as well as programmers. Yeah, absolutely. Which is a different take. Yeah. You know, you've got some people who are not necessarily musicians, but they program. It's all good. But when you work with people like that on another level who are reading music, or bubblers, reading the music, and you put something down there and it says, but what about that? Yeah, man. Yeah. Or it could be, nah. Stick with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if I hear it, and it's hitting me, like when Bob said, when it hits you, feel no pain.
Yeah, probably don't hurt your ears.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It's all
I'm with it, brethren. And that's what it's about.
Right. Okay. So
bouncing off people, working with people.
So there's a question I'm going to ask you, and it's been asked to me many times, right? Okay. At the moment, I'm mentoring a young lady. She's 14 years old. Right. Right. And she's a avid songwriter. Right. And she loves music to the point where I've been stated it's been getting on her mum's nerves, right? Okay. And I asked her a question as to what music she likes, and she loves everything. She loves soul, reggae, R&B, and she made it a point to mention to me she loves the original R&B, not the modern R&B. Right. She knows, right? So I took it on board to say, you know what? I'm just gonna help by way of, you know, helping her record her demo, helping her basically vocalize her music and things like that. Right. Now she's fortunate enough for her mother to know me and for the connection and for the linkage to be made. But for people who want to get into reggae music, or just into music in general, because, you know, for me it's no longer compartmentalized, what would you advise the youngers then as to how to get into the music and what they should do? What is advisable for them to do in the business of music?
A young person comes to me of that age, I'd say, well, you know what? Why are you trying to aspire to this music thing? Learn your book first. Learn your book first. Do something. have a backup plan, because it's a different playing field out there these days.
Yeah.
A completely different playing field. Where, when I came along, I got nurtured by someone and who was willing to put in that time and money, you know what I mean, and invest. It's not in the same way. I mean, what you're doing for this young lady is very admirable. But in general, that's not really happening anymore. Record companies are not really signing reggae acts. It's a fact. Reggae hasn't got that. Whoever was there before, your Bob Marleys of the world, your Third World of the world, they've got that catalogue and they got...
It's ticking over.
Yes, yeah, but in terms of new acts, that's not happening. You know, the likes of Beres Hammond, he's done it all with independent labels and doing his own thing. And he's global to a certain point. As far as I'm concerned, Beres is in that mixed bag of Dennis, Bob, all those great acts. You probably never get the same attention on a worldwide platform because of the way the business has changed. But in terms of what he's done, for me, as a songwriter and as a vocalist, he's right up there.
Absolutely.
For me, personally, that's the top three. Him right up there with Dennis and Bob. Beres is right there. However you want to look at it. He's written some songs that I'm like, remember the time when we used to rock away. You see that song there? Come on. Don't get much better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, for young people coming into this thing and aspire to it, it's always good to have a dream. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but be realistic with it. Be realistic with it. Yeah? It's almost like, it's what I would describe as a labyrinth. Yeah? Which something that appears to be impossible. But it's not impossible, it is possible.
Yeah.
But there's a serious degree of difficulty in dealing with it in terms of how it used to be compared to what it is now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So have your dream, aspire to what you want to do, but you know what? These times call for backup plans. Personally. Calls for backup plans. And while you're doing the main thing, then you treat it almost as a glorified hobby, if you like, and take steps. Yeah? But you're going to walk into this thing thinking you're going to get a bag of money. In Augusta,
no,
you have to pay your dues.
No, but I mean, the first thing would basically would be to not think of it like that.
But that's what I see a lot of them doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even before the thing became, you know, as down on the low as it is now, I've seen that. I've seen not even youngsters, person of a certain age. You know what I mean? When I say youngster, I'm talking about 25 years. I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. And it's like they're seeing pound or dollar signs. Yeah, but you know when you're in the studio and that work, sometimes I used to back in there go to studio with a man. Because when I wasn't driving. And man said, come in studio. Yeah, come studio with you good. Yeah, man, there. You see it? When 3, 4, 5 hours pass and you're still doing the thing. And that's the inspiration and that's the vibe. And man said, oh, you need to go now, man. They don't get it.
They don't get it.
The work that's put in.
Yeah.
The work ethic that's put in. The sacrifices. Yeah. The sleepless nights. And for a man to just pick up a tune and think, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's okay for a man to not like a tune. Yeah. But those who know what goes on, even if they don't necessarily like a tune, they can appreciate the effort that's been put into it. Because there's more than just. And then when people see you or I or whoever on stage, they're kind of looking at in their eye, they're seeing the finished article, if you like, to a certain degree, and then they still notice that they don't realize that we're still trying.
Yeah. and that is by way of nicely rounding off this in conversation. We are still trying, we're still doing what we're doing.
Still trying.
We're still learning.
Yeah, we're still learning. We still get butterflies, we still get doubts. You know, when we still have certain insecurities, it's just part and parcel of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you don't have that, then maybe you shouldn't be doing this thing because maybe your ego is saying, you know what, well, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
When it's not really about that.
Not really about that.
It's about being humble. You know what I mean? It's about feeling blessed that, you know, I'm able to do something that gives people pleasure and takes them back to a particular point in time as well as moving forward. And when people come to me now and say, legendary Michael Gordon or veteran, it's very pleasing but it's not really what I'm about.
You're just a musician.
I'm just, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yes,
just a singer, so, and greater than me was before me, and greater than me in front of me.
In front of you.
I just do what I do, and I'm always going to be humble because music is about being humble, and music is about passing it on and passing it down. It's never about your ego, or no, I'm not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody. We're just all people.
Just all people.
We're just, you know, we're just doing a service. Because God bless talent.
See it there?
God.
And that's how it is. That's how it is. So we're going to round it off, Michael. It's been...
Well, you brought some things out of me that I wasn't prepared for, but I just run with it.
It's been a pleasure, man.
I've never done an interview on camera this detailed, this, you know, prolonged, so...
Well, I've just looked at the camera. I think it's around 15 episodes.
Wow. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for taking the time.
No, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
So it's with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. Thank you for stopping by after all of the episodes. Thanks for watching. And until we catch you on the next one, what's my phrase? What's my phrase?
Quick, abstain from the foolishness. Even if it's your own foolishness.
See,
I love that.
All right, so people, stay blessed. We out of here. We gone.
More love.